Hi, my name is Asenaca Bulisoro. My research topic is Negative Impact of Transportation on Environment in Fiji for 2019. Negative Impact of Transportation on Environment in Fiji for 2019. Transportation played an important role in Fiji economic growth. It enables communication, trade, and other forms of exchange between people. However, as transportation widens, it has a negative and positive impact on the environment. The negative impact of transportation on the environment are increasing the emission of greenhouse gas, the degradation of air quality, and poor water quality. The first negative impact of transportation on environment is increasing the greenhouse gas emission. Primarily comes from the burning of fossil fuels from the cars, trucks, and ships leads to increase in global warming. Relatively to climate change as crops and festivals is affected. The second one is the degradation of air quality as vehicles contribute to air pollution, producing significant amount of nitrogen oxide and carbon monoxide emitted in the air as the result of poor maintenance of the vehicle. On the other hand, it can be minimized by having a proper regular maintenance of vehicle. The last one is poor water quality is when the fuel particle and solid run off from the streets, highway and storage facilities result in the damage to public water supply. Water quality attributed to erosion as polluted runoff associated with the highway may limit it to the adjusted upstream. All in all, transportation enables the movement of people and also the supply of goods and services. However, it faces difficulties that pose a negative impact on the environment, and the negative impact that is already mentioned. The first one is increasing the emission of greenhouse gas, the degradation of air quality, and poor water quality. In order to minimize the negative impact on the environment, we can encourage and promote policy mechanisms that create a framework for a greater use of appropriate and also energy efficient modes of transportation includes by using public transport and also the use of non-fossil fuel in both new and used vehicles. To elaborate more on the negative impact of transportation on environment, which is already mentioned, the three negative impacts. The first one, which is increase in the greenhouse gas emission. As we know, the more the vehicle is used, result in the increase in fossil fuel burnout. As more fossil fuel burnout, as fossil fuel contain carbon dioxide, which is the greenhouse gases that is released into the atmosphere, making the atmosphere warmer. As this continue, it will have a impacts on the climate change. As climate change, it will affect the festivals and crops, resulting in the decrease in productivity. The second one is the degradation of air quality. As vehicle is often used the fossil fuel which contribute to air pollution, as air will be contaminated may result in health issue. If individual is not physically fit, land will be left idle and human will be tempted to use machine which will double and increase the effect on the environment. The last one is poor quality of water or degradation of water quality. When fuel particles and solid run off from the street, highways and storage facility result in the damage of public waters. Public quality attributed to soil erosion as polluted runoff with the highway may limit it to the adjusted upstream. I agree with the source that I have chosen for the negative impact of transportation on environment. And the three negative impacts are, the first one is increase in the greenhouse emission gas, which primarily comes from the burning of fossil fuel from cars, trucks, and ships, leads to the increase in global warming, relatively to climate change as crops and festivals is affected. Wang and Jing argue, and I quote, that greenhouse emissions from transport sectors may contribute to climate change. It is about 40% of annual emission and around a quarter of carbon dioxide burning from fossil fuel. The second one is the degradation of air quality, as vehicle contributes to air pollution, producing significant amount of nitrogen oxide and carbon monoxide emitted into the air as the result of poor maintenance of vehicles. In Fiji, emission of black smoke is widespread, particularly from the diesel engine, many of which are attributed to poor maintenance of vehicle. The last one is poor water quality, is when fuel particle and salt latent runoff from the street, highways and storage facility result in the damage of public water supplies. Public quality attribute to erosion as polluted runoffs associated with highway may limit it to the adjustment of streams. Seaview argue that Fiji retain around 60 to 70% of a total of imported fuels for local consumption. I strongly agree with the source that I have chosen in regard to the negative impact of transportation, and people need to work in hand to minimize and encourage and educate people about the negative impact of transportation on environment. To conclude, transportation enables the movement of people and also the supplies of goods and services. However, it faces difficulty. They pose a negative impact on the environment as it increases the emission of greenhouse gas, degradation of air quality, and poor water quality. In order to minimize negative impact that transportation have on the environment is by encouraging and promote policy mechanisms that create framework for greater use of appropriate vehicle. Also, energy efficient modes transportation by using public transport and the use of non-fossil fuel in both and use vehicles.